All right, Dr. B here. I have a very special guest, Charlene Walters, who is a expert in course development. Tell us a little bit about your experience in course development.
So I worked for a university for many years. I worked on marketing courses, business courses, you name it. I love curriculum and working with entrepreneurs and business professionals to help them kind of move forward and through course development and choosing the right books and giving them the right activities so that they can really improve.
Yeah. And so when I heard that, I said, "Ooh, I'm trying to develop this course, Raising Mentally Strong Kids. Will you look at it?" And so you got to see it at its bare boned shell, and then you gave some suggestions. What was your first impression?
I loved it. You know, as a single mom of 2 teenagers, I look at that course and I think, boy, I wish I had this because I know there are so many things that I didn't do correctly. Of course, none of us are perfect as parents, but I definitely think it is such a useful tool for helping parents out there who are struggling and trying to be just the best they can be for their kids.
And what was your favorite part?
Talking, you know, there's so many things that resonated with me. I think, you know, talking about body image, talking about self-esteem. I think there's so much pressure for children, and just the strategies that are offered to really help get through those tough conversations.
Right, because you have 2 teenage daughters.
Yes, 2 girls.
Yeah.
And it's always something new, for sure.
Yeah, and if you mind sharing that your husband had passed and...
My husband passed away, sadly, when my kids were only 2 and 4. So it's been a journey, you know, and I've been raising the girls on my own, hoping for the best, knowing I'm an intense person. And my husband was sort of more of a type B. So sometimes I think, I could use tips to kind of balance that out and make it happen. It's, you know, it's tough parenting, but I think the more we can lean on others and ask people and get experts to help us, the better off we'll be.
Well, and you write books on mindset.
Yes.
And so I'm sure you've used some of that as you're raising your girls, and tell us how you've used your business mindset to help, you know, empower your girls.
So I always really try to get my girls to know that they're never victims in their life. They have to go in there and really take ownership and try to find a strategy to come out of it. You know, so many times they're stuck in something and I have to give them a nudge. You know, they want to give up, and that's natural. We all sort of feel that way sometimes. But my goal as a mom, and what I really hope, is that I am getting them so that when they're grown up, that they can do these things on their own, and that they are getting stronger and tougher. And I believe they are. They're smart girls, they're sweet girls, so I know something's going right.
Yes. Well, and the difference here in the course is we have some theory and developmental theory, and we present that in a very professional manner. But I really think the meat of this course is our experience. So all of the professionals involved in developing the course, they have initials behind their names, but they've raised kids. And you know, we've all had various experiences, and I have 7, 5 adopted, some pretty significant rebellion with my adopted teenage girls, and just had to work through that process. And even, you know, I talk in the course about the mistakes that I made. So, and it's all about grace for yourself, compassion for yourself, taking care of yourself as a mom.
So true, because as women, we can really beat ourselves up, and nothing makes us beat ourselves up more than how we're treating our kids or how we think we're doing. We're grading ourselves. And what's cool about the course is that you're hearing the different experiences, because kids are all so different. I have 2 that are opposites, and you can't use one strategy. So hearing those stories is so important.
And I remember when when the kids were growing up and I would read parenting books, you know, there were like these very specific strategies. If you do this, then this will happen. And it wasn't working for me. I would get resistance, or it would backfire. And I mean, some things would work, but it's definitely not a formula, a specific formula that works for everybody. It's like, you know, kind of being able to accommodate and learning to have a relationship with your child, which is my number one thing in the RESPECT acronym, is relationship is a priority.
I think that's so true. And, you know, and sometimes we feel bad or things didn't go perfectly, but you talk a lot about speaking with your kids and having a conversation about what's happening and building that relationship. And I think, you know, I've made plenty of mistakes as a mom, believe me, But I always feel like I can go back and talk through and apologize if I said something wrong. And just having those tips so that I can find ways and activities to engage with the kids is really priceless.
Yeah. So we encourage you to sign up for that course, join our community on how to raise mentally strong kids, because it's a lifetime journey. It is not it is not a one-time book that you read, but hopefully you will get all the basis that you need in the course, and then join our community, and you can interact with professionals, ask professionals, and get solid answers of people who have raised children to give you that advice. So thank you for joining us, and we do believe that you are mentally strong.